Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Thank you so much for tuning into this video in which we will look at solving trigonometric equations. So what we're going to do is find the corresponding ratio in the first quadrant and then use our knowledge of the unit circle to find other solutions. So let's look at this equation here. Root 2 sine theta minus 1 equals 0. So we want theta by itself. So we're going to undo what's been done to theta. So what we're going to do is add 1 to both sides and then divide by root 2. So we get sine theta equals 1 on root 2. So we should know that sine of 45 degrees or sine of pi on 4 radians gives 1 on root 2. But this little note here is telling us to find all solutions between 0 and 2 pi, which is 0 and 360 degrees. So there is actually another solution. There's another value for theta. When you take the sine of it, you get 1 on root 2. So we need to know about the unit circle. So we know that sine of pi on 4 or 45 degrees gives 1 on root 2. So where will the other solution be? Well, since sine is positive, the other solution has to be in this quadrant because sine is negative in the third and fourth quadrants. So the solution, the equivalent ratio, will also be if this angle is 45 degrees. Remember, we look at theta as the angle made with the positive x-axis. So this angle here will be 180. The yellow angle is 180 minus 45, which is 135 degrees. So that's the other solution for theta, 135 degrees, but the question asked us to put in radians, which is 3 pi on 4. They are the two solutions. So generally, if you're solving sine, cos, or tan of something equals a number, there will be two solutions between 0 and 2 pi. The exceptions are if it equals 0, 1, or minus 1. All right, let's try this one here. So we have tan theta on 3 equals negative 1. This time we want solutions between negative pi and pi. So because this is still a range of 360 degrees, we expect there will be two solutions. So what we need to do here is multiply each side by 3. We get tan theta equals negative 3. Now, this is not an exact ratio. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our calculator to come up with one solution. So we're going to come up with theta equals tan inverse of negative 3 from our calculator. So the answer we get is negative 71.6 degrees if we're in degrees mode, which is the same as negative 1.249 radians. So of course we want this answer because we're being asked to give the answer in radians. So that's one of the answers. So how do we find another? Well, we're going to use our knowledge of the unit circle. So what does it mean negative 71.6 degrees? How can you have a negative angle? Well, remember for the unit circle, we normally go this way. So we start at 0, 90, 180, 270. Well, the negative just means it goes the opposite direction. So negative 71.6 degrees is just 71.6 degrees going the opposite way, going in a clockwise direction. Remember, of course, you can add 360 to an angle without changing it. So if you add 360 to this, you get 288.4. So 288.4 would be this angle all the way around here. That's basically what negative 71.6 degrees is. It's basically the same angle as 288.4. But 288.4 is not within our range of negative 180 to positive 180. Okay, so we've got that one answer. So how are we going to come up with the second? Well, we need to find where else tan is negative because this is a negative 3. Well, it's negative in this quadrant. We found the equivalent fourth quadrant ratio answer. Now we need to find the answer in the second quadrant. So what I want is I want this angle here to be the same 71.6 degrees. So if that's 71.6 degrees, that means that this angle made with the positive x-axis will be 180 minus that, which is about 108.4 degrees. So that is the other solution. It's within the range negative 180 to positive 180, but of course we want the answer in radians, so I need to times this by pi over 180. And so the other solution I get is about 1.89 radians. Alternatively, if you remember the period, if you know that tan of theta is the same as tan of pi plus theta, you could just take your answer here and add pi to it to get the second answer. All right, there we are. We have two answers. We're done. Let's look at a slightly more complicated example. So this question's a little more difficult because it involves a change of period. What do I mean by that? Well, normally the period of sine theta and cos theta is 2 pi or 360 degrees, and of tan is pi or 180 degrees. I also said in the previous slide, if you're solving sine theta equals k or cos theta equals a number or tan theta equals a number, you normally expect two solutions between 0 and 2 pi or 360 degrees. Now, there are exceptions to that when k, the thing it equals, is 0, 1 or -1, but generally there are two solutions. Now, the problem is if you change this thing in the brackets from theta to have a number in front of it, you actually multiply the number of solutions by that number. What does that mean? Well, let's say I want to solve this equation here, 2 cos 3 theta minus 1 equals 0. I am going to do it very similar to how I did on the previous slide, but because there is a 3 here, instead of being the normal 2 solutions, there are going to be 2 times 3. There are going to be 6 solutions to this equation between 0 and 2 pi. So let's go ahead and find them. So just like normal, we're going to add 1 to both sides and then divide by 2. We get cos 3 theta equals a half. So now we have to essentially take the cos inverse of both sides. So what is the cos inverse of a half? Or in other words, I'm solving cos of alpha equals a half. So I know that cos is equal to a half when the angle is either 60 degrees, which is pi on 3 radians, or it can equal 5 pi on 3 radians, which is 300 degrees. So they're two possible solutions. So if 3 theta equals pi on 3, theta is going to be pi on 9. And if 3 theta is 5 pi on 3, then theta will be 5 pi on 9. So I've got two solutions between 0 and 360. There are actually 4 more. How do I find those solutions? What I'm going to do is use the period. So as I said, the period of the cosine function is normally 2 pi, but because of the 3 in front of theta, it's now 2 pi on 3. So how I find the other solutions, I'm going to keep adding multiples of 2 pi on 3 to each of these solutions until I am outside this range. And if it helps, you can work in degrees. So 2 pi on 3 is 120 degrees. So pi on 9 is 20 degrees, so I can add 120 degrees. The next solution will be 140 degrees, and then I can add another 120, which makes it 260 degrees. If I add another 120, I get 380 degrees, but that's outside the range that I wanted of 0 to 360. So I don't really need to include that. So I'm going to do the same here. So starting at 100, I'm going to add 120. So my next solution will be theta is 220, add another 120. And of course, if I add another 120, I'm outside the range. So these are the 6 solutions in degrees. I now just need to change them to radians. So changing each of these answers in degrees back to radians by multiplying by pi over 180, these are my 6 solutions. So when solving trigonometric equations like this, just be careful to make sure you've written all of the solutions. All right, thank you so much for tuning into this video. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.